whenever you start out in business, you want to make sure that you're in a need-based business, right? I want everybody to type need-based in the chat.
Of your FICO, 760 and up, you know that's life goes. If your credit too low, walking on a tightrope. So yo, credit up, get your credit up. Credit up, get your credit up. Credit up.
So listen, I want y'all to understand, whenever you start out in business, you want to make sure that you're in a need-based business, right? I want everybody to type need-based in the chat, because I'm going to just be 100% honest with y'all. A lot of y'all think that money is your problem. A lot of y'all think that, yo, when I get 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 in funding, that my life is going to change. That's not true. I'll be the first to tell you that's a lie. Your life is not going to change because you got $100,000 in funding. Your life can actually get worse. I've seen people go and get funding, and then they be in a worse position when they started because they done fucked off on the money. They done messed the money up, and now they in debt. Like they worst off. So it's really about, how could you strategize and reinvest that money in a need-based business? A need-based business is, no matter what happens in the world, economic downturn, recession, depression, pandemic, whatever it may be, this business is always going to be here and thrive. That is the type of business you want to be in. And there's only a few industries that you could make money in this business no matter what happens. And for me, that's what I like to do. I invest my money in vehicles that is going to make me money no matter what happens. And then I will have that additional income to go invest in my passion. But if my passion don't pay the bills, then it's like, I can't do that right now. So one of the businesses right now is obviously real estate, right? So then you got tiers to real estate, because real estate, you know that everybody always need a place to stay. Everybody need a place to sleep, right? Somebody said transportation, right? So real estate and transportation go hand in hand. I'm going to break this down. But you got to now peel back the layers. What type of real estate do you want to be in, right? Do you want to do single families, duplexes, or do you want to do apartment buildings, right? Like, what type of real estate do you want to do? We all know it's a need-based business, but it depends on what your purpose is. So I'm only sharing this because this has literally been my life. I only can speak from my life. I can't speak from somebody else's experience. They may have better success in the single family market. I didn't. That's just being me being real. Somebody else may have had better success with single families, but I didn't. So the reason why I like the self-storage business is because, guess what? Amazon laid off 10,000 employees. You know what's going to happen to those 10,000 employees? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. What's going to happen to the 10,000 employees that Amazon laid off? What's going to happen? Right? What's going to happen? What happens now is people are now tight on their bills because they can't afford, because they losing their jobs. They can't afford to pay their rent. They can't afford these big luxury things. They got to downsize. Now they got to downsize. Once they downsize, they got all of these items that they're emotional and connected to, but it doesn't fit in a smaller space. So they're going to rent out a storage unit to keep their items while they try to get back on track and get a better job or get a better paying activity. So I'd rather be in the industry where if there's an economic crisis, I want to own storage facilities, because those are the individuals that's going to use my facilities. Those are the people that's going to be my tenants. When you think about business owners, right? You got restaurant owners, you got contractors, you got different business owners. When they downsize, where they're going to put their equipment? I got contractors that rent out my units because they got to store their equipment. They got to store the material. They got to store inventory because they got to buy it in bulk right now because everything is so high. They got to hold on to the materials. But when the work dry up, what happens? You got people that's going out of business. So that's why you want to be in this business. And then I like to talk about the multiple streams of income that you could create out of this business, y'all. Like, I'm going to break this down for y'all. So you said transportation, right? So if you own a self-storage facility, you now can create an additional stream of income by starting your transportation service. through your facility. Because now you have clients that need your service. They're coming to you because they need to rent out the units. And when they rent out the units, 9 times out of 10, they're going to need transportation. Thank you, Miss Exec, for the badge. I appreciate it. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to need your services because they're there. They're renting out a unit. Now they're going to go and get a truck. So guess what? You rent out the truck. Or you partner with another company, and now you get equity or commissions. But now you just created 2 different streams of income off of that one facility, and both of those are need-based businesses. No matter what happens, people are going to always use transportation and rent out units. And you still get the value, the appreciation, the equity. You still get all of these things that come with it. So now we got the units that we renting out. We're going to have transportation. And then we're going to have movers. Yo, y'all, let me let y'all in on a little secret. When there's an economic downturn, like let's think about the pandemic. A lot of people was leaving the big cities. They was leaving New York. They was leaving Miami. They was leaving Cali and going to these submarkets because it's cheaper and you working from home. Well, when you leave and you relocate, you don't want to lug the items yourself. You don't want to be breaking your back. You don't got time for that. Well, guess what? You're going to hire movers. So as the self-storage business owner, I can now provide moving services. So now I got 3 different streams of income off of one acquisition. I didn't even step foot out of my facility.